Xbox says the next 100 days will define its future. No pressure. This week, we're talking about Xbox's reset, the challenges facing the brand, and whether Microsoft can finally answer the question, what is Xbox supposed to be? Let's jump in.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 545, and joining me around this digital table is Catherine. Hey, Kat.
Hello, how are you?
I am good, thanks. Joelle, what's up?
Hello. It has been so nice out. It's insane. So great.
Yeah, and with that, it means it's harder to stay in and play video games because we want to touch grass every so often.
I so much want to touch grass, yes.
Let's get through some housekeeping. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Kat, I feel like you had a nice, refreshing weekend. Did you go touch grass?
I did.
Yay. Restoration.
Yeah. On Friday, after my friend was done work, we drove to Ottawa.
Nice.
So we're a couple of 4 girls from high school. Mm-hmm. One of the girls fucked off to the other end of the province. So we don't see her as often. But myself and my friend Uva, we drove back to our friend Alexandrin, who still lives in Ottawa-Gatineau. And she lives near the Gatineau Park. So it was great. We drove in Friday night, and then we went to get like shawarma, like some takeout, because my friend had a long week. My friend works for Rideau Hall. And what I've learned is like when you change Governor General, her job gets exponentially harder. She has to do a lot of stuff 2 times twice until the previous Governor General has fully left and the new Governor General has fully onboarded. So yeah, she's been having a few weeks that have been pretty long and pretty hard. But then stuff are gonna calm down a bit for her now that the new GG is in. But yeah, we had like shawarma, we chilled, and then on Saturday morning we had some good weather because it was very rainy, and we're like window of sun. So my friend Uva had brought her bike, so she went on a bike ride in the Gatineau Park. If you're familiar with the area, she went to the Champlain Belvedere, like that classic lookout, and then she went back. My friend and I, we decided to hike. So we just kind of hiked. There's a trail that comes really close to her house. We just walked for like 90 minutes. It wasn't even 11 a.m. I had like done all my steps for the day. So that was good. And then we had like a light lunch. And then in the afternoon, we watched TV and we completed a puzzle. We went to bowling to do a bit of bowling. And then Sunday was again just like chilling, more puzzle. And then we drove back. So yeah, it was very nice. Very nice. Sometimes you just got to go to your friend's house who has a Costco membership and eat their snacks.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it was amazing. Like she has I'm not big on Nespressos and pod machines and whatever. But when I'm in hotel mode, I do like that I just put in the thing and then it makes a coffee, and then she has the milk frother the automatic frother on the side, and we were just like, that was amazing. In terms of convenience. Yeah. So yeah, she's my Costco queen.
Love that.
But she was also chatting about how like she's changing her Tesla and she's upgrading. So the one has full wheel drive. So now she won't get stuck in the snowbanks in the winter anymore. And does she need new tires? And like, 40-year-old women conversations over Costco snacks.
Love it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nice, relaxing weekend. Joelle, how you doing? Still on the mend?
Yeah, still getting there. I actually went on a bike ride the other day.
Really?
I did, but I only went for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So it wasn't like anything insane or anything like that. But yeah, just only went for a short ride just to kind of see how it felt, and it was enough. I was like that was enough. And I saw my PT today, and we had kind of like a really intense PT session, and I asked him about the bike, and he was like, "You have no restrictions." And I'm like, that's not what I need to hear. Like, you need to give me boundaries and like guidelines. Because I'm just like, I will overdo it. So he said the best thing that you can do is walk. Like, that's like with any hip or knee replacement, like walking is the best thing you can do. And he's like, with the bike, he's like, he's not so concerned about the biking movement. It's more of like the stopping, like putting your foot down, and like the starting, and then it's really hard to control the resistance, like not on a recumbent or on a stationary. So
Right.
And so he's like, you can bike. That's not the problem. He's just like, I just don't want you to get hurt, because if you get hurt, not that you're gonna do anything to your implant, but like, if you get hurt, then you could set yourself back in terms of like the progress of healing. So I was like, okay. And so the advice he gave me was like, he's like, if you want to do it, he's like, it's fine. He's like, you can do it, but just be mindful of like how your knee feels. And it's not so much about the, it's not about doing it multiple times a week. It's more so about the duration. So his suggestion was like, if you're going to do it, like do it once a week, but then maybe try to increase duration, like little by little, like as you go. So I was like, okay. So I mean, I don't know. I was pretty. I don't know. I think I still just might go for 10 minutes next time. Just kind of keep it there, and but that was helpful. That he's like, kind of find your threshold and just like do that, and But I have been walking more too. Like, I also went for a hike the other day as well. So yeah, so just like trying to kind of get out and cure the cabin fever a bit, and kind of feel like I'm doing stuff, and hopefully I can start swimming actually in a couple weeks. So I think that will help.
Yeah, that's really not about the impact. That's about the actual incision spot, right?
That's correct. Yeah, they don't want you to swim. They want you to swim only 6 weeks out, due to the healing of your incision. So, so I have to get like clearance to go swim. I mean, I could go swim, but that would be dumb. But like,
yeah, don't do that. No one wants an infection. That would suck.
Don't want an infection. So yeah, so I think like, otherwise, I'm like just like putzing around. I'm doing a lot of cleaning, which is very unlike me. I'm like, oh, look at me.
What is that? I'm in the house bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I better do that. And then a lot of baking.
Nice.
Baking bread, baking muffins.
Wicked.
Like, I know. So I think it's just nice because like I get up and I kind of putz around, and then I gotta go back to the couch and like, ice the knee, and like rest the knee, and ice the knee. And
yeah,
it's been helpful that FIFA has been on, and like watching FIFA, and like
it's been so much fun.
It's been so much fun. So that's been good.
I've been so caught up in the hype. I mean, like, I have good reason to be caught up in the hype.
Yeah, you're in the thick of it.
I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah.
I actually think on Friday, I have to see if I can find a colleague, because I don't really want to go down by myself. I'm not going to lie. If a colleague wants to go down, because I'm like, there are 6 games here. 3 have already happened, and I haven't seen anything. And I'm like, I want to go. So on Friday, there is, now this, Joelle, this might not mean anything to you, but Kat, Marilyn Dennis is retiring.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know Marilyn Dennis? Used to be City Line morning show host, 40 years. She's literally retiring on the 40th anniversary of when she was like hired.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for someone to stay in, she literally was on the Chum morning show for that long. Like, that's a long time. So she's
That's
retiring.
a long time to hold any job.
Yeah. So they had a big to do for her, a party on Friday night. I think it was Friday night. And then this Friday, it's our last show, right? So we're gonna do something. But yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna be downtown anyway, and the game's at 3. Let me see if I can find somebody who wants to go to the game with me that also has a media access. so we can go and stand on the media zone and I can check it out because, like, I need to see it at least once. There's a game tomorrow night, but it's after work and I'm afraid I'm going to be drained. So I thought Friday might be a cool activity to go down and check it out. But yeah, FIFA's been so much fun. The stories around it,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I am enjoying the Scotland, the Tartan Army, it's called, in Boston.
Yes.
The shenanigans, the antics, they give me life.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's so much fun walking around the city and seeing all the jerseys and everybody being so patriotic for their place or like, you know, I remember the first day and I was wearing my Mexico jersey around and everybody was like, Vamos Mexico. And then they come up and they'd be like excited. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish, but Vamos Mexico. I got married there. It holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, and then Canada had that crazy game last week. It was just wild.
Yes,
so,
that was crazy. Yeah,
absolutely nuts. Yeah.
It's been really fun too because it's like it's Pride Month, and then we have all of these, you know, immigrants, quote unquote, coming into the country to celebrate this international game, and it's like it's given me like such life.
Yeah,
I've just been like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
and it's been so. I just feel like this month has been like a nice like reprieve, and like hopeful, I guess I would say in some ways, and it's been really fun on social media, like to see all the different people also experiencing America, and then like it's so interesting, like seeing them go to like big box stores and like their reaction to like Walmart. And, and it's been so funny. And then like hearing that they are out drinking all the Boston people and the Boston bars are running out of beer.
That's crazy.
The distributors are also running out of beer.
Yes, everyone's running out of beer.
They were not prepared.
They were not prepared. Yeah. So that's been really fun because like people are like, oh, like there's been a lot of positive things that people have reacted to about America, which feels slightly nice given
the U.S. team is doing really well too,
and they are. That is really, really good too.
All three host cities are doing really well. It's been fun, and it's still going to continue and like right into both of our national patriotic holidays. And, you know, this thing doesn't stop until the 17th, 19th of July. We got ways to go yet. We're still in group stages. And on Wednesday, it starts games where they're doubled up, too. So it's like two at once. It's fun. It's so fun. I just have it on TV constantly. And I'm like in it. Like, the fervor is real. And that's pretty much all I've been doing, too, is that I was just thinking to myself, I was like, what did I do fun this past week? And I'm like, I played games and watched FIFA. And I'm consuming a lot of reality TV. Because of all the chaos going on around Summer House, I watched the last season of Summer House because I wanted to know what the drama was. And I'm actually following Love Island USA on time this year and keeping up with that. And that is entertaining too. But if you want to get into Love Island, you need to be ready for the long haul because it's literally every night except for one night a week that they have a show.
Oh my God.
Live. How they produce it is wild.
I'll be honest. I don't have any. My attention span for that is like -100. So like I just don't know. Like I'm just like I don't understand. I don't know. Like I can't compute. Like I just feel like I cannot. I'm just like I am the one with the problem. I'm like I just don't.
You don't.
Like I don't understand.
I didn't get it at first until last year when there was all the drama, and then I was like, okay, I need to know about this. And then I started watching a season, but unfortunately, I was watching the season before I didn't realize. But that was a really good season because Rob, who won the Traitors this past season of the Traitors US, he was in that season, and it was just a really good season. And this season too, it's decent. Last night's episode really stirred the pot a bit, but it was getting a little difficult. And it's just I like seeing like how the sausage is made with a lot of these entertainment productions and knowing that they're doing it live. So literally it's like an around the clock experience of how they do it because like they film it, and then they have different story producers, and then they edit those stories together, and then they'll send it off to somebody else who actually stitches the show together, and they have a dude who does like the voiceover, and then they already pre-record green light music to go in it, but then they have to send it to get actual approval for the music that goes in it, and they stitch it together and then it goes to broadcast. And I'm like, this is fucking nuts. But it's literally like around, they're working with the time zones because they film it in Fiji, they edit it somewhere else. It's like, it's crazy how they do it. So, yeah. And just for that, I think it's fascinating. So, yeah. Okay. Time to get into Fantasy Critic. So, ladies, I have been, working on podcast planning, trying a few things, trying to see what we can zhuzh up and make things more exciting. And one of the things that I was looking into was the Fantasy Critic. Now, obviously, it's always super exciting. We always have cool things to talk about when it comes to Fantasy Critic because there's movement essentially every week. But I wanted to see if I could give it a little bit more context on kind of what was happening in the world and all that kind of stuff too, and kind of what was happening in the back end of the Fantasy Critic when it comes to like what games are hot and things like that. So I've been trying some stuff, running some stats, using a little bit of chat GPT to analyze what's been happening in our Fantasy Critic League. And I have a full sports style broadcast rundown that I want to bring you through.
Dun, dun.
I know. We almost need like a little jingle or something.
Yes,
now.
yeah,
Wouldn't
we
that
do.
be cool?
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right. Well, so let's get into it. We have in the podcast league a new leader. Over in our group, Joelle has finally taken first place with a 97.6 points, narrowly edging out Kat's 96.1 points. And when I say narrowly, it's like 1.5 points.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Why? Dave the Diver in the Jungle absolutely
Yo.
delivered for you, Joelle, scoring a
Hell yeah.
92 and earning 24 Fantasy Critic points.
Damn.
What's
That's
wild?
right.
What's wild about that is that Dave only really had a hype factor because I don't know if you guys have really dug into like the Fantasy Critic stuff, but they do give hype factors of games and things. It only had a hype factor of 23.
I
So-
ignored it.
You
There's no
ignored it?
way. I was like, there's no way. I was like, the Dave the Diver fandom is deep and huge. And I'm like, people love this franchise. So I'm just like, I was like, I doubt it's going to be. I knew, I didn't know it would do this well, but I knew it wouldn't like be a bomb.
Yeah.
So I was.
It wasn't an obvious slam dunk. I mean, none of them
No.
are obvious slam dunks, to tell you the truth. I mean,
No.
we've seen ones come out that have severely disappointed that we thought were slam dunks. But it massively overperformed and
Yeah, it did.
launched you
Yay.
straight into first place.
Woohoo.
You are the defending champion too. So back up to the top you go.
For now.
So you weren't done there though.
Mm-mm.
The biggest bidding war this week was for Star Fox, where you outbid Cat $15 to $10.
Oh.
So not
wow.
only did you steal first place, you also
Yeah.
stole the game Cat wanted.
Yeah, Kat. I could see why. If you hate me, I understand. I got your goat.
I don't think Star Fox is $50 worth it, but you do you, girl. I was just trying to fill up my spot.
Well, that's what I was too. I was like, oh no, I got more spots to fill, and then I think when I first did it, I think I did do 10, and then I was like, someone's gonna probably do like 13 or some bullshit. And I was like, $15. I can afford it.
Love it.
And then now I'm full. So I'm like, okay, now I'm done. I was like, all right, like now we're done.
Well,
So
the best part of all of this is you're not going to have to wait very long because that game releases this week.
oh God.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Might-
sure it'll be fine.
It might be a really good move or an expensive mistake. We'll see.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
we'll
know
just
what
see.
to think about for that
I
game
don't
yet.
either. I just was like, I'll grab it because it's Nintendo, and typically Nintendo games they give you something. Like Mario Tennis Fever got me 7 points.
Yes,
so I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
you don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you try the demo? Because I know they had a demo out for a bit, and I thought about downloading it,
Ooh.
and then I remembered I'm not a Star Fox fan of the game. I enjoy this
Yeah.
series. I'm just terrible at playing the flying games.
Yeah,
So-
no, because it was a flying game. I'm not a good flyer at flying games, but so I did not get the demo. But I know that people will be really excited. It's a big year for Nintendo at the 40th anniversary, and so I just thought I don't know. I thought it was a safer bet than some of the other things.
As for me, I'm trying to rebuild considering Fable got moved to 2027, and I'm not salty. Take your time.
No.
So I went and picked up One Piece Grand Gourmet. I'm actually looking forward to playing that. And I also have Deltarune Chapter 5, which releases this week as well. Giving some forecast into the market right now, just talking about kind of like what was happening in the Fantasy Critic. Final Fantasy Resonance is the hottest game right now. Persona 4 Revival is one that's being dropped most frequently. Kat, you still own that one. And Joelle has it counterpicked.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
that could be
thought I
dicey.
had a conditional drop, so I didn't get Star Fox, so now I'm stuck with it.
Damn it.
I'm wondering if you can. Well, also, it's not just a conditional drop. I think you need a super drop because it was counterpicked. Yeah. So, but it might just be a 0. There's also not. It's better than negative numbers. It's like me with Fable. I don't know if I'm going to drop Fable yet. You can play that dance.
It's true. I have to think about it.
Weigh your options.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to choose from game-wise in the podcast league than the community league, which we'll get into now in a second. Because, there's so many of us, it makes it harder. So over in the community league, Jessica Starr is the first manager to break 100 points, reaching 100.3 and extending her lead at the top of the standings. Way to go, Jessica. The biggest mover this week was, surprise, surprise, Joelle. Thanks to the same Dave the Diver score, you went from 4th place to 3rd, pushing Ross down off the podium. And he was a defending champion, so you're out for blood. I, myself, decided it was time to fill up my roster and went waiver wire shopping like a mad woman. So Gibson's Glitter Games is the least coherent publisher in the Fantasy Critic history. I now own Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, EA Sports FC 27, Pokemon Pokepia Bubbly Basin, and One Piece Gourmet, continuing that over into the other league as well. So yeah, I publish cozy farming sim sports games, anime games, and Call of Duty. Go figure.
On brand.
Yep. Star Fox is on Darth Stridius's list. Looking forward into next week. Deltarune Chapter 5 is in there for Arya. Rhythm Heaven Groove is looming for Phoenix, who currently sits in 2nd place. And then the market love continues. Final Fantasy Resonance is still hot. The fear of Witchbrook and the continued panic about Persona 4 Revival is also felt across the Fantasy Critic. I still hope Witchbrook is coming this year. They did do an update, a dev update, that I saw some YouTubers were talking about. We'll wait and see. And finally, our weekly GTA 6 watch. For the last 3 years of Fantasy Critic, we've been asking whether GTA 6 is actually going to exist. And for the first time in a while, Rockstar gave us some real news. This week, Rockstar officially announced that GTA 6 pre-orders open on June 25th. They released the game's official cover art and reaffirmed the current November 19th, 2026 launch date. That's probably the strongest sign yet that Rockstar is feeling confident about hitting its release window, which is good news for Joelle and the podcast league and Fred in the community league, because both of you guys have GTA 6 on your list.
Yeah, rolled the dice twice on that one.
Yep. So after multiple delays over the past couple of years, I don't think anyone is fully relaxing until this game is actually installed in their console, and then they can actually see the points roll in. So yeah, GTA 6 still happening. All right, let's get over to what everybody's playing. Kat, you were AFK. Did you play anything at all besides puzzles?
No, pretty much went full AFK, put Forza down, everything. Just kind of like dicking around on my phone. Sky cards as always.
That's what I was going to ask. You still going on the Sky cards?
Well, I was in Ottawa, so I was near a different airport, and I was like, so "Oh, maybe I can collect some tail numbers. I can't I don't see as much in Montreal. But yeah, and then my friend Alex, who doesn't know about Skycar, was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Pokemon Go for airplanes." And then I lore dumped about airplanes, and she was
Lore
like,
dumped?
"Yeah, because I don't know if you remember, I told you that my friend Uva had to go like up north for her work, like up by the Bay James, and it's very remote, and you can only get there by airplane.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they chartered like a 12-person airplane.
I didn't know this.
I was super excited about this. She gave me her flight number, the tail number, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know this company, and I've caught their airplanes before." But she texted me to like, "Hey, catch me. I'm leaving."
Aw, cute.
That's amazing.
And she sent me
Wholesome.
photos of the airplane, and then I told Alex about this, and she was like, "What the fuck did I miss?"
So wholesome.
Now she needs to get into it too, so y'all are playing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now because she travels like a lot in Canada, well, a lot. She travels at least once or twice a year because she works for the Governor General office. Well, not the office. She works for Reader Hall, the home. Anyway, sometimes she has to fuck off to like Vancouver and stuff. So maybe she'll send me her airplanes now.
There you go. Sick. Joelle, what were you playing? You had lots of time to chill out and get through games. What did you play?
I know. I did have lots of time to chill out. I'll be honest, I wanted to read. I wanted to like get through a lot of books. So like I had a lot of books I was not kind of making good headway in, and so I actually have finished like 4 books.
Dang.
And yeah, so I was like, here we go. And so I will caveat that with wait, no, how many books did I finish? Yeah, 2. I finished 4 books. 2 of them were audiobooks. So I did like listen as I was cleaning.
Cool.
Because apparently I clean now. So like
apparently I clean now.
I've
As
become
if you
a cleaner.
did it before?
I am not.
You're
I'm
an adult. You clean.
No, I'm an organized person. I'm not like I only have so much cleaning energy per day. And so like it's not my thing. And then but my partner is like, if you don't clean, I'm moving out. And I was like, okay. So it's like that trope where it's like the one person has to clean and then relax. The other person has to relax before they clean. Well, I just want to relax and then I never clean.
Oh, I'm the other way around. I need to get it done. I can't see the visual clutter, and it bugs me.
No, I apparently love the visual clutter, and so we've had to work that out. So I'm like, so I did a lot of cleaning and listened to audiobooks, which I was like, and cooking and like baking. Baking. I was like, I'll just listen to an audiobook, and so I finished the Diablo Lord of Hatred DLC. We finally finished that. And that was great. It was a beefy DLC. I was quite pleased with the DLC. That was super fun. I look forward to playing more Diablo in my future. I think that this Diablo 4 game has definitely solidified me as a Diablo fan. I will do more as we go. And then I think I'm going to pick up Ghost of Yotei. I think I'm going to go back and pick that up because I, for some reason, stopped playing that magnificent game. So I think I'm gonna, pick that back up. But
cool.
That's what I did.
You already own it, or
okay,
and you just didn't finish it. Okay,
yeah, I started it and I forget why, but I didn't keep going with it, and so I'm going to. I probably might dabble a little bit more in Monster Hunter, and then do the Ghost of Yotei, and yeah. So anyway, we'll see. But yeah, Lord of Hatred is done.
I finished 007 First Light, and is all I could have ever wanted out of a James Bond game. It scratched an itch that type of game that I haven't played in so long. I wish my only like thing against it, and it's not even the game's problem, it's a me problem just because of when I started playing it, is I wish I had more time to just sit down and play in larger stints because of work. I just couldn't, right? And then like getting back into it, because once I was in the game and in the story, I just wanted to keep moving forward. Like the flow of it, the pacing was so good. And like I said before, it is straight up like you're playing a movie. And for that, it was awesome. And I loved all the mechanics around like the spy mechanics and things like that. Like it felt like It was the perfect mashup of a Watch Dogs meets Assassin's Creed meets Uncharted, but like with the flavor of a James Swagger. You know what I mean? I highly recommend this game. I think it'll be one of my top games of the year for sure. I just wish I had more time to stay and play in longer batches so that I could really dive in, because I found that, and it could be just because of the way that my work weeks have been going, like I didn't want to start it at like 9:30 at night because I knew that I wouldn't get, like, I get halfway through a story beat and then have to stop, and that would be annoying. So, yeah, I sat down Saturday and Sunday and powered through the last 3.5 chapters, and so good. I think you ladies would both enjoy it.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah, I think it's on my list too.
So now next, I did download, we got a code for Solar Punk on Switch. So I did download that and put it on my Switch. I started playing it. My only issue with it, I think the frame rate on the Switch is really weird, and it's a first-person game, so we'll see how long I can deal with that. But if not, it's going to be a quick hop over to Dave the Diver in the Jungle, because I didn't have that downloaded on my Switch 2 yet. So, because I played that on my OG Switch. So that's next on my list. But then there's so many games coming out right now. It's crazy. There's so much to play.
There's so much to play.
I have FOMO, but I said, no, I'm finishing 007, and then I will move on to the next game. So here we are. Okay, it's been a little while. So this is a video game podcast. Let's play a podcast game about video games. I know we didn't mention it at the top when we started recording, but if you heard the intro, we're going to be talking about the whole Xbox news that have been going out. So I wanted to play a game of Save One, Delete One Xbox Edition. So ladies, I have 5 matchup of things related to Xbox, and I want you to pick to save one and delete one. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. So
Cat.
She's like, I'm nervous. It's like,
I feel like this is going to be Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
Or do I want to deal with the repercussions of the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That's right.
Okay. The first one, save one or delete one. Halo versus Gears of War.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Gears of War fans will be more outraged if I get rid of it than the Halo folks. I don't know. That's just my gut. So I'm going to say, I don't know. Halo was so classic though, but but people love Gears of War, and there's more Gears of War that have been released than Halo.
Has there?
I think. Has there? Or am I wrong?
I think
No.
They're pretty even. There might be a little bit more Halo.
Oh, okay. Oh, this was rude.
I know. Coming out of the gate.
I guess for the haters, I'll say keep Gears of War at Halo.
All right. What would you do, Kat?
I think I'd keep Halo.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know, like story-wise, Halo speaks to me more, I guess. But either or, like, that's a tough choice.
It is.
I've played some Gears of War. I haven't played much Halo. But I don't know. I don't like the aliens in Gears of War.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're kind of gruesome. Yeah. I'd keep Halo. I like Halo. I like it for the multiplayer. There's something about it, the sci-fi-ness. And just like it is like the thing that started Xbox in a sense.
That's true.
Gears of War's good though, you know? And we've got that new game coming and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just there's something about Halo that's iconic.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. Save one, delete one. Fallout versus the Elder Scrolls.
Oh, Elder Scrolls.
Keep it.
Yeah. I have high fantasy, magic, swords, dragons versus like everything is depressed and radioactive. Yeah, easy peasy.
Joelle, what do you think?
Everything is radioactive.
It kind of is.
I hear you. I I cannot get behind Elder Scrolls. I've never been able to get behind Elder Scrolls. I just don't. It's a whole personal thing. You can come at me. Like, it's fine. So I'm going to say keep Fallout. Get rid of Elder Scrolls.
This is going to be controversial.
So is. Yeah.
I don't like the aesthetic of Fallout. I think it's all green and yellow and muddy and whatever. I don't like the Nuka-Cola stuff. There's just something about it. It's not my vibe. I would stick with the high fantasy stuff. There's just something about it.
Scrolls.
I know. Allie's gonna come out of the woodwork and yell at me.
I know. I was just like, this is a question for Allie. Like,
Allie would be on the fence, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, save one, delete one. Fable versus Forza Horizon.
That's rude.
Shocked face.
That is rude.
It is not. This is not a fun. I don't like this game.
Because, like, I love a good fantasy, magic, dragons shit type game, but Forza Horizon is my comfort car game. Well, I haven't played Fable yet, so I'm keeping Forza.
Okay. Joelle, what do you think? Joelle, you still there?
Yeah, sorry. I had to give Ripley a chew because she was bugging me.
That's okay.
She was like, I need something, Mom. I'm going to say keep Fable. This one's pretty easy for me. Like, I mean, I know Forza's iconic, but it's also like, there's lots of those. I feel like there's lots of those games. Maybe that's wrong of me to say, but like, I like Fable. You could also probably make that argument for Fable as I just came out of my mouth, but like, I just think I'd rather play Fable.
Cool. I'm with you. Fable is more my jam.
Yeah.
Than Forza, mostly because I crash cars rather than race them around the track. Yeah. All right. Minecraft versus Call of Duty.
This is for like two different people. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't like Call of Duty, so that's easy. Minecraft.
I also will say keep Minecraft. Yeah.
I mean, this is an easy one for me too. All right, here's one. Xbox consoles or Game Pass?
Oh, Game Pass.
Keep Game Pass.
I also say Game Pass. Since I've never owned an Xbox, like I'll say Game Pass.
Honestly, like with the price of hardware and everything, like I'd rather like buy a very beefy computer and then play everything off of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you. Ooh, I still like the concept of Game Pass, and I mean we're going to get into that in a little bit. I think that's where the industry is just going to end up, but in the end, it's like everything's just going to be subscription services. But there's something about Xbox hardware too, for the most part. Like Xbox has the better controller than PlayStation. I'm sorry. I know it sounds wrong, but yes, it has the better controller.
Well, the haptic feedbacks of the PlayStation controller are pretty sick.
Yeah.
So like when that is used efficiently, that is the time where I'll say it is a superior controller because it adds to the game enhancement, like the experience. But I will say, having played both, I do think like overall comfortableness and like usage, I do think the Xbox is better.
The ergonomics of the Xbox controller is on point.
It is on point, yeah.
But yeah, the consoles are good. It's just a box. I'm not really a fitted into the box.
Yeah.
But some boxes can connect to your television in 4K, and other boxes cannot do that.
And I mean, we got a box announced today that's going to cost us $1,500 for a Steam machine. Make that $2,000 to get the 2 terabyte one plus a controller.
God,
I know.
That was atrocious today. I just looked at it and shook my head. And I'm like, I bought Mike a full-on gaming PC for a few $100s more than the 2 terabyte one. Like, this is obnoxious.
That is ridiculous. Yeah.
Crazy what we live in. So yeah, Steam machines, they announce them. They're out there. All right, let's take a wee break. And when we come back, we're actually going to get into the meat and potatoes. The Xbox reset. Will it work? Who knows? We'll talk about that right after this break. A few weeks ago, Xbox leadership released an internal memo called Next 100 days Xbox reset. And unlike the usual corporate optimism, this one felt surprisingly blunt. Xbox admits the business isn't where it needs to be and says the next 100 days will focus on figuring out what Xbox actually wants to be moving forward. Ladies, we just had a phenomenal Xbox presentation tied to Summer Game Fest. And then a mere few days later, we discover that things aren't going so great. And they're even contemplating closing, and maybe will close, some of the big studios that they have under their roster that they've taken so long to kind of acquire. And one of those in particular announced a full game during the direct. How do we get here from the Xbox 3 era to a company talking about a business reset? I feel like we've gone from Xbox was on the top of the world to now they don't know if they're coming or going. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I think the industry shifted. Hardware prices are ridiculous, as we saw with the Steam machine. I think we're also like in an economic recession. And right before the big bubble and during the bubble of pandemic, they bought a lot of stuff, like massive, massive acquisitions, right? We're talking Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, as well as Bethesda. And it felt like they were doing this to because Game Pass was going to be the future and they were going to make so much money. And then all revenues tanked for the entire industry. On top of that, I feel they inherited all of the Activision and Blizzard lawsuits
and problems
and they had to give the golden parachute to Bobby Kotick. So I don't think they did good investments. And right now they're scrambling. And even with Microsoft Windows money, I don't know how revenues are affected on the Windows side and, the Microsoft Word side, if they're all massively investing into AI, and we've seen that, those costs are skyrocketing in the past year, the cost of token, the cost of running your AI, everything has skyrocketed. But while adoption has not followed that curve. So I think it's a whole mix of this. And now they just have essentially the consequences of their drunken spending. And now they have to somehow make choices, reduce redundancies, and find profitability. They're talking about closing Compulsion Games, which won so many awards for South of Midnight.
Yep.
They want to part way with Ninja Theories, which is essentially their major R&D studio.
And announced Senua at literally 4 days before their article came out, their newsletter.
So that feels like they knew it was coming and they were like, let's get our game out there so we can possibly get some investments or get out of Dodge and somebody else will grab our studio. But Ninja Theory, they're not just the studio that makes Senua. A lot of that technology that they use to make Senua is then, propagated everywhere. And, when you go into co-dev, you do help other studios with their technology, other Unreal production, they can help them. So it feels like it's exactly what was that game? Hi-Fi Rush.
Yes.
It's exactly like Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Released, critical success.
Yep.
Close the studio.
Didn't make money.
Yep. Didn't matter. Yeah.
Didn't matter because it didn't make money to the amount they wanted.
Right.
So I think it's just this perfect storm of they bought all of these things. They have to pay so many lawyer fees with labor laws, and they still have the Californian labor laws probably on them. They set these ridiculous financial target that no studio could meet. Then the pandemic ended, so that bubble burst and we went into a recession. So now people went from playing a lot of games and having a lot of disposable income to no income at all. And then they're just sitting there why aren't you buying your game or why aren't you subbing to Game Pass? And it's just
Well,
Read
and
the
we also
room.
had to all go back to the office.
Yeah.
That
Like,
too.
it's just like not that it's just that all that time that sucks into having to go in the office. Like, it's not that you just sit at home and like play video games as you're into work, but it's like, instead of commuting, 30 minutes to an hour,
Mhm.
like then I can be at home and I can log on quick and like play a game, and just makes it so much easier. But now that I have to go in the office, I'm just like, that eats up a lot of my hobby time.
Yeah.
I'm facing that in October, honestly, and I'm dreading it because
it sucks.
it does cut into your hobby time, because then I prioritize like cooking at home and cleaning and stuff like
Yep.
that. So one of the reason I haven't been playing many games is recently I've been like in a whole like reorganizing my life, my routine, cleaning my house and everything, and that eats up a lot of like time to game or just mental bandwidth. Um so and these handheld hardware for us to maybe play on the go are not cheap either.
Oh no. Oh.
So now it becomes a bit of a case of make the choices.
Yep.
We're all like not subbing to every streaming service. So I'm not in the mindset of buying every console anymore. I eventually get to it. But but more consoles I have, the more I'm spread across ecosystems also.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird time. I think they're trying to go back to the glory days of the Xbox 360. But even then, when you think about those times, the amount of games was like, what? There were 75% less games back then?
Yeah, because it was harder
Yeah.
to make them. But also, too, I feel like
Publish them mostly.
I think it was like they were in such a good spot at the Xbox 360, and then they had the Red Ring of Death, and I feel like they've been on the back pedal since, because they've always like took 2 steps forwards and 1 step back, because they're like, we're on top of the world. Step back, the Red Ring of Death. Okay, let's go forward and launch the Xbox One and talk about it being the everything console, DRM controlled, always online, need to connect. That's not what anybody wants. Then they're like,
No.
okay, now we need to struggle. Let's put out 2 consoles plus Game Pass, and let's make this thing. Let's turn ourselves into the Netflix of games. Let's go and acquire all these studios. And it's always like, they mean well. And then it just doesn't pan out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. With that, what is Xbox today? Like, there's so many things that when you think of the brand Xbox, and you should write it now, I guess, in all caps, because that's what they're saying that it needs to be written as, talking about branding. They're a console, a publisher, a subscription service, PC ecosystem, cloud platform. How can one company be everything or all those things?
Well, it seems like Xbox is really trying to make their way forward in trying to understand what the market of gaming looks like for the future, outside of the traditional sense of you have a console, we get like PlayStation, you have our console, we give you our games, and that's it. And so they wanted to, blend that experience for the gaming community. And I think it's like just yet to be seen, I guess. Like, I think a part of it is like, to make a good omelet, like you break a few eggs. Like, I just think it's a little bit of like they're onto something, but it hasn't quite panned out yet. But they also have still a ton of resources to kind of make their way into the next thing. So I guess I do sort of think that Xbox will come out ahead on this, because they're the ones trying to carve out what gaming is going to be like, I guess, like in the future, even though they've made some catastrophic, like, I guess, like in my opinion, just like some weird business moves along the way. But it's kind of like, I'm just interested to see what happens, I guess. Like, it's very fascinating.
I think that they're, and I know why they're doing it, the cloud gaming, I feel like we're not ready for that yet.
No.
Because we just don't have the infrastructure for that in so many places. I can't say I've spoken to one person in the past year that says they've had a cloud gaming experience or even like do it. I've tried it. It didn't work. I have phenomenal internet in my house. I live in a metropolis. I have all the consoles I could ever want. I tried it and it did not work. And that's the problem. You have someone try it once, it doesn't work, they're not going to go back. Because why put yourself through that pain? I feel like it, in theory, is something that could come to be, but is not there yet. And yeah, I think it's going to take us a long while to get there.
Yep.
And just because we need the infrastructure of internet to be the right way first.
Yeah. And also, I feel like people are going back to physical media.
Yes, that is very true.
That is going to hurt Game Pass because people are realizing it's so expensive to have Netflix and to have this and to have that. And if I'm in my region, I can't watch this. So, these consoles have DVD players. Like, how many people are going back to buying physical games? And how many of them are buying like physical DVDs of series? Because like
is that really a trend?
Yeah,
like I don't. I'm totally out of it. Then
seeing a lot of people building their own Netflix in their houses with the media they have. Yeah,
Okay.
They're like ripping all their DVDs, putting it on a jellyfin server, and then making their own like internal Netflix. Some people are doing it also to kind of like limit what their kids have access to.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So I've seen people doing like, like their own like offline YouTube and things like that for kids using Raspberry Pi. So I think there's a shift back to like wanting to own things because we've been burned by a lot of these services.
I agree. That's totally something too, because it's like there's been something where I'm like, I hate that I have to pay for like every little thing. And I just get like so sick of it. And I'm like, if I just paid $20, I'd have this thing and I'd have it whenever I wanted it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, this is dumb.
And even if you churn, like I do the churning, including with Game Pass, that's still like, you have to think about it. Like, what do I want to play? And then I got to set a reminder. Do I resub or do I do this? Is it cheaper if I buy the game? And sometimes before my Game Pass ends and I'm like, I want to own these games, I just go on the buying spree because you get a small rebate as a Game Pass subscriber and buy a bunch of games and then turn off Game Pass for like 6 months. And I do the same with a lot of like subscription services. It's to the point where the kids come up and they're like, do you have Netflix? I'm like, not right now, kids. And they're like, why the fuck not? Why not? And I'm just like, I'm not like downstairs where they pay all these services because there's 6 of you all together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
totally. One of the other big things that popped off is the conversations around exclusives and having exclusive games just to your platform. Part of the whole conversation around Activision Blizzard acquisition was Call of Duty not being exclusive. Now it is kind of exclusive, weird, or at least not being on Game Pass day one, all that kind of stuff. Nintendo model, they have tons of exclusives. PlayStation model, they have a fair number of exclusives, and they've now decided that maybe they're not going down the PC route.
They are becoming more exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are exclusives important? Do you need that console seller?
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think about like, what is gaming going to look like in 5 years? Which is, I think, also really difficult to think about given where we're at right now. But a part of me, I wonder what PlayStation might have to evolve into something else just besides gaming in order to sustain this exclusivity like model. I mean, not looking at their numbers or their business, but I wonder like, okay, what else is what else is PlayStation going to provide for that type of money? Because like, I don't know. Like, I love the Horizon series, but like, damn it, if it's going to cost me with the game and a new controller and the console and a cool $1,500 to play it, like, I don't know. I think I got other priorities. Like, so I think that it's going to have to kind of go into a different space. And I don't know, like this to me seems like a bit of a head in the sand move, I guess, from PlayStation, where it's like, we're going to ignore how the market is rickety and unstable, and we're going to just keep doing what we've been doing, and we're going to be exclusive and not get in the pool. And I wonder if that's going to really hurt them on the back end of all of this, kind of when we sort of figure
it's not hurting Nintendo.
I, though, think that, but Nintendo has stayed affordable in some ways.
Yeah. They're also an anomaly. I fully they created their own anomaly because they stuck to their guns.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have created their they have theme parks. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're fine. Like they're gonna be. They have movies. Like they're gonna be fine.
They have Pokemon.
Like
they're fine.
It's fine. They have a whole country. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
So I think like I don't think Nintendo can. That's not a comparison. Like Nintendo is always going to be Nintendo. It's going to be on its own island. It's gonna that machine is that's going to run forever.
And also, they're not running on American capitalism like Xbox and Microsoft. You know, if
it's a little bit different.
That's a good
in that
point.
sense.
Yeah,
they always keep it very sustainable. They always make sure they have, you know, a good like savings so that when the Wii U happened, they took a hit. They took a pretty big hit, and they had to invest into the Switch. But essentially, the entire C-suite reduced their salaries because they were like, "It's our fault. Bad decision management." So they reduced their salaries, and they made sure that like the company could thrive again. So
well, and they're very consumer forward, where it's like they brought out the Nintendo Switch. They knew it was maybe a little bit of a high price point for certain households, and then they came out with the Switch Lite. And it's like, okay, like if you want this, like you can have this. And this is another alternative for hardware. What has PlayStation done? They've gone the opposite direction.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you want our hardware? Bitch, like you're going to have to pay way more out of pocket.
Here's a Pro.
First. Yeah, here's a Pro. And also you maybe get a Portal. Like if you don't want to, if your TV. So I guess I sort of feel like Nintendo is just super market friendly than PlayStation.
And I feel Xbox wanted to do that with the Series S, to have something affordable, to have something plug and play, essentially for the parents, so they could have like a Minecraft or a Fortnite machine in house, right?
Yeah.
Without it being the Switch. And on paper, it was a good idea. In practice, because what happens is, and it's the same problem with the Switch. Anybody that is not a Nintendo property developing for the Switch looks at the spec and how to optimize their game, and they want to cry, like big tears of despair. The sacrifice and the downgrades you have to make. The Xbox Series S is not as bad, but it does like hinder a lot of people. You know, if you have to make those sacrifices to optimize your game to run on the Series S, when you have such a low adoption rate versus a Nintendo Switch, where it's just like, you know, you have access to like millions of people, like hundreds of millions of people. Like the Switch is like such a ubiquitous console, and being on a Nintendo console can kind of like help you reach a bit more of a casual gaming market, or, you know, parents that don't want to buy, that just want to buy the one console. So there's like a big advantage. If you're making like a big AAA, like beautiful game, and then you have to somehow optimize it for the Series S, when you look at the adoption rate, like when you make a game for Xbox, you're basically making a game for the Series X and PCs. And the Series S is like lower than some low tier PCs. It's honestly a nightmare. One of the reasons Baldur's Gate was like so delayed on Xbox, it was because they couldn't get it to run on the Series S, because Microsoft asked you to do a 1-to-1, basically. Whatever features you have on the X needs to be on the S, and they couldn't get the couch co-op to work on the S because it was so underpowered. So they had to like get grandfathered to remove co-op, couch co-op, local co-op from the Series S, if I remember correctly, my story. So I think that's like, you know, it was a good idea on paper, but in execution, you're just driving up game dev costs for a low adoption rate.
Because you want iterations on to be in different places.
Yeah,
and maybe we better then just develop it for one and have an exclusive.
Yeah, and I feel like, these types of games that end up on Xbox are like, PC games that are on a console. And PC gaming is about like RTX on and, have Unreal 6 and having the latest and greatest. And, you can swap your hardware like, oh no, I'm getting underpowered. I buy like a GPU and a few sticks of RAM. Those are high price thanks to AI nowadays. Maybe that's not the case anymore. Maybe we're going to have to optimize all our games because people can't upgrade their hardware anymore. But, they swap in the hardware and they can easily upgrade. And like these consoles are like set in time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the Xbox segment is too much of a PC mentality type of gaming that something like the Series S is just hurting them.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they could go the Nintendo route where they make like a high-end console and then a low-end affordable portable. And that's not what they made with the Ally, unfortunately. That shit is premium as fuck.
Yeah, true.
Sure is. Yeah.
But as you talk about games, one of the big things is the studios, which of these studios feel essential to the Xbox brand right now between Bethesda, Obsidian, Playground, Coalition, Rare, Ninja Theory, Double Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Are they supporting too much? Is it not enough? Are they expecting too much?
I think they're expecting too much. I think they ended up like EA, and there were just like so many diversity of studios, a diversity of tech stacks, and then engines. Like maintaining an in-house engine is, which I found out, actually kind of hard and very expensive. And there's a fine line between the advantages of having your in-house engine versus rely on something like Unreal and Unity. And essentially Unreal or Unity are one bad business decisions from ruining your dev cycle, because now you're stuck with whatever update they made. And
charging every time someone installs a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
remember that story?
Whoopsie daisy.
But let's say, like, I make my game in Unreal 5 using blueprints, like Cloud Obscure Expedition 33. They did a lot of it using blueprints. Those are gone in Unreal 6. They decided to go to a scripting language.
Oh, wow.
So, example, right? So sometimes you kind of like, so you got to manage these kind of like all paradigm times how many games you have in development. And at one point, once the silos start to like fall between like Bethesda and Coalition and Activision and Blizzard, you start to kind of like look at how people are doing the same thing twice. And then when you try to put them in the room together to talk about it, because you're like, oh, you're all Unreal Productions, talk to each other. Or maybe you could use this in-house engine that we have. And then you start talking and you realize they customize it in a way that can't be shared. And, I think this is like part of the problem where they're like, we can't manage we can't, like, why did I buy so many studios?
Well, just retrofitting all the studios to be able to kind of work together, right? Because I'm sure their idea was like, oh my God, this studio is so good. This studio is so good in doing this type of game. And that studio over there is very good at doing that type of game. And they were like, okay, well, someone else is struggling. Well, we'll take the person who's really good at doing that, the people from over here, and the person on the other thing, and push them together. And then they realize not only taking them away from the projects they're actively working on, they're also setting them up in a problem solve something that is, like you just said, maybe not congruent to what they're used to working on. So it takes longer. So it's like retrofitting everybody to fit in is more effort than anticipated. Because I've been through many company restructures and company acquisitions and the like. And yeah, it's painful going through that process.
Yeah. And then they want to centralize stuff like services and technologies, and then you realize it's wholly incompatible. Like Leah, yourself, you've gone through how many like website platforms, like online radio platforms, and every time it was like, such a big project for that's web technologies. I can only imagine what it means for like games. Because like, oh yeah, we can use this engine, but you don't have like we're a driving game, let's say. So we use this engine and we did like a lot of driving technology, whatever. We want to start another game that has driving. Okay, we'll use your branch, but then y'all don't have like technology for like branching narrative and cinematics and everything. We're like, no, we are get in car, drive.
Yeah.
Car go vroom. And it's like, so now you have to cost what's less expensive and what are you building? And I think in terms of like those smaller studios like Double Fine and everything, they probably were expected to some kind of like slot themselves into that grand scheme of things. But then if you don't have the support for these team, whether it's like financial or technology or anything, you're kind of like leaving them to do their own thing, everything from scratch. And then essentially their profitability will suffer from it. Because in their idea, they were like, okay, like fucking Compulsion Games makes like these bespoke, like super friendly niche games that are super diverse and story forward. And it's going to be like, going to learn, win some awards and probably like make us some money. But then if they have to hire like their entire tech team because you don't have time to help them, then what's the difference between them being within Microsoft or being alone?
Yeah. I know from experience of exactly what you're talking about, where they want to have everybody on the same tech. Well, getting everybody there takes a while. And are you willing to be stagnant on your tech while you have certain teams working on just the migration and integration? And then one project always, or one facet always ends up eating, because that's the higher priority one, ends up taking most of the effort. And then you wait in a feed of like, tickets of priority. And then you're like, you're never going to be number one in certain cases. Or it just, by the time you get onboarded, they're ready to move on to the next thing because it's been 4 or 5 years, because you've got so many things you have to onboard. The amount of time that they acquired ZeniMax and Activision Blizzard, plus all the other companies, and then trying to get it. And it's not just like technology, it's also people fit too, right?
Yeah.
And trying to get it. Like, it takes a while to get that.
So big.
It takes a while to get that vibe to fit, because, there's always a little bit of clashing, and it takes a little while for people to get to know each other and be comfortable with each other, and, because they could have been competition in the past, right? And there's still internal competition. So, yeah, it's...
Well, it's a huge culture shift. Like, it's huge. Like, for the Bethesda to come on board and Blizzard, I mean, that's enormous.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's going to be some fallout and figuring it out. Like, you can't grow that much and then expect there not to be some steps taken backwards and some issues happening. Like, that's just I don't know. Yeah. It's just...
Yeah,
unrealistic.
It may have been different if they bought ZeniMax, had 4 or 5 years with ZeniMax, and then bought Activision
that's
Blizzard.
the thing.
Yeah.
It's also the timeline of how fast they made all of these acquisitions.
So fast.
Yeah, Kat, you really hit it like earlier when you said that. Like, they drunken spending. Like, I pick you, add to cart, boom. Like, it's just like, no.
And then
like,
they get their credit card bill and they're like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, whoopsie daisy.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's more than I make.
Yeah. All right. So the goal here, Asha Sharma and team are essentially taking the next 100 days and seeing, working real hard to kind of put Xbox back in the right place. So what do you think Xbox will do we've heard some scuttlebutt on the internet. There's some rumors. Nothing's been 100% confirmed. We know that there's conversations about them closing certain studios or trying to sell off certain studios or whatever else, or some going private and whatever else. What do you think they're gonna do?
I think they're gonna do like somebody who bought too much. They're gonna start selling piecemeals.
Yep.
They're gonna start selling studios. They're gonna start selling IPs.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
They have to. They have to do something like that for starters, for sure.
I really hope that they don't just go on the just closing stuff that doesn't need to be closed.
Yeah.
I think in their case, because they did a lot of external acquisition, they have a lot of like indie-ish studios, like like Double Fine and Compulsion and Ninja Theory. I hope they give them the opportunity to go out there and maybe find a new home or find new investment.
It's a hard time to make investment right now.
It is a hard time.
Like, what a shit time to have to, like, yay, you can be independent again. Oh, it's so hard to get cash.
Yeah.
Well, but that almost, sometimes it begs the question that, like, that's the best time to do it then. Because, like, then, I don't know, like, it depends on what they know is coming and what other, it seems like the moves that Ashana has done so far has been wise, I think, and, like, shrewd. So I think that they have the sauce to get the cash that they need to get. And I think that, like, I agree with Kat. Like, as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, you got to be pretty on the button of, like, who you're going to get rid of and who you're going to keep. And I think that is probably, like, the next year and a half to 2 years is really going to, I think, make or break the franchise.
Yeah, and it feels like she's coming in after they spread themselves thin and spidered out and put their fingers in all the honeypots. And then she's like, all right, well, you wanted gaming divisions to be profitable. Like, let's go back to gaming. Let's go back to like Mountain Dew and Doritos and whatever bullshit. So,
She doesn't have an easy job.
No. Nobody. Nobody set up the next head of Xbox for success.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
This was a shit job to land.
Sure was. Yeah.
All right. We're past the 100 days. We're 3 years down the line.
Oh, God.
What's Xbox?
I think Xbox then becomes like a part of me wonders if they're going to become like an American, like Nintendo. Like, are they going to start like dominating, and can they kind of get their shit together and have gaming be accessible and affordable and get in the hands of everyone that wants to play games in the way that they want to play them? And do they start to actualize gamers first, then consumers? And I guess like maybe a pie in the sky is like, do they kind of become a reign supreme, almost back to like the console war era a bit, but in this new day and age of like digital pixel warfare? I don't know.
I think,
I guess I could see them being in a really good spot. I don't know what that looks like, but I do think that they're trending in the right direction because they've had to go through so much turmoil and they're learning so much, because through failure and self-reflection and recognition, you tend to grow in ways that you may never had before. And at least they're trying. And so I guess like in some way, that's why I pin them above PlayStation, because PlayStation just isn't taking that route. So I don't know.
It's very positive, Joelle.
I know. I guess that's why I'm saying, but I guess I vote for, I believe in that type of like business model where it's like you kind of try and then I think that if Microsoft didn't want Xbox anymore, they wouldn't have done this. I think they would have canned it already.
I think I do agree with Joelle that they might go like the Nintendo route a bit, but I think they need to stop worrying about the Xbox brand and start worrying about their actual game brands.
Yeah.
The Minecraft movie is a wild success.
Yes. And another one coming.
Yes. Yeah.
get Gears of War to be like Transformers style Michael Bay movies.
They did. Halo is a TV show. Fallout's doing great.
Fallout is amazing.
Fallout was great.
The IPs
Like, as much as I hate the
man.
games because they're bleak and, and I hate the aesthetic and
I
everything's
actually
radioactive.
like the TV show. It's good.
I love the
The
TV show.
is great.
Yeah.
Get Henry Cavill, Gears of War. Like, let's go. Like, he made The Witcher. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I think they need to look into these crazy like brands and bring them like and just kind of like drive them home and make sure that they stay in the gestalt of pop culture and not be like Halo. That's an old man's gun game. It's like there's a way to refresh that franchise. Yep. There's a way to bring it back, to have the games, to do a great sci-fi series.
I mean, Hail Mary's popping off. Like, people love sci-fi.
Yeah.
They like good sci-fi. So it's not like if you tweak that storyline a bit, I agree. Like, there's roads forward. There's roads forward.
And I would like to see, I would love to see how the success of these TV series translate in video game sales. Have people? I think like the Witcher series really helped all the video games.
We're getting new DLC for Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if The Last of Us cannibalized the game because they followed the story to a T of the game.
Yeah.
Because people were like, "Don't spoil it for me." I'm like, I came out in 2013. A lot of people know the ending of that first season, by the way.
But they do that all the time with books. I don't think that's much different with, like, if you really want to spoil it, go read the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think The Last of Us drove sales.
I think
too.
it did
like,
too.
I mean, I know it's not an Xbox, but like The Last of Us totally drove sales.
Yeah.
To this game.
So I wonder if they could maybe build on their iconic game franchises more and really drive that home, and maybe worry less about the Xbox brand and worry more about those franchises, and make sure that when people are looking to play those games, it's easy for them to find the game and, oh, it's available on Xbox or on your PC. Here you go.
Yep. Here you go. Yep.
I agree with you both. I feel like they actually, in 3 years from now, I don't think there's a new console yet. I think they wait.
No.
I think they really...
The price of the Steam machine really solidified the idea that there's no new PlayStation, no new Xbox.
Spend your time making content. Content is king. People will not buy the device. People will not come to your thing if you do not have good content. I live my life by this. This is what I mean. I do my work all the time. This is... You need the content. So make sick games. That's what people want. And not every game is for everybody. You need to have a good wide variety because there are different types of gamers. Xbox is synonymous with the bro gamer. They do need to break that a bit. It's still kind of there. But if you have the good games, the best games of each console seem to come out at the tail end of the console cycle. Why? Because people know the intricacies of how the tech works. So in 3 years... maybe we're kind of still talking about Helix and whatever that's going to be. But I think they should just be just pump out the games and service Game Pass. And if you still want to use Game Pass, then yes, have it in a limited. If you want to day one the biggest, greatest things, then you either need to have the most premium Game Pass or you buy the game flat out and people come later. But then still keep... and you get it at a discount because you subscribe to Ultimate or whatever else, but you're still pumping out great games of all different flavors, creeds, sizes, types, whatever. But like the idea is still the same. You're flipping around on Game Pass and you're finding something that you want to try that you would never have tried before, and that's what grows the potential audience. I don't think I don't think cloud streaming is the thing. I think you can test it, play with it, whatever, R&D it, but I don't think it's the be all end all. I say wait on your next console, service more games, and make the brand what the gamers want again. Because every time they deviate from what gamers want, be it what they did at Xbox One announcement, be it whatever, that's when they start to lose the faith.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, because gamers, like, even though people like say like gamers are so fickle, they're very loyal.
Oh, we are
Like,
diehard.
like we are diehards. Like I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, once a gamer, always a gamer. Like, no. Like, we'll ride or die. Like, yeah.
And we carry the things that we take from our video game experiences into our everyday lives. Like, there's so many games that have good stories. They stick with us. They're longer.
Yeah.
We make some of the greatest friendships through gaming.
Yes.
You learn so many good skills while playing video games. As much as people say it's a time suck, but like many things are out there that are a time suck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's anything. Well, also, like, if you're going to be good at your hobby, you have to do your hobby.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the thing. It's like, it also has shown, like, to decrease, like, symptoms of, like, depression, like, increase serotonin. I mean, there's also a lot of, like, I know you're mostly sitting. So, like, aside from, like, the physical bodily impacts of it, there's also, like, actually a lot of, like, mental health positives that come from gaming. So, that's a lot of reports on that, but like, I don't know. It's maybe certain games, but like, like if you're a girl playing, Call of Duty, maybe not. Like, yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see the Xbox reset. They're into their 100 days.
Oh man.
We'll check back in. And with that concludes the show this week. As always, check out the show notes at girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned in this episode. We'll link to the actual article with the reset for this story. But more other episodes. We actually have more when we talk about many, many different stories. They will be in there. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast, that'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, brings us up in the ratings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. Thank you to the crew for being on the panel this week. Shout out your social media handles so people can find you everywhere and anywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDESBINS on Blue Sky and Instagram, but you'll find me shitposting in the Girls on Games Discord almost daily.
Joelle, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87, on Blue Sky at Joelle Lauren, but always hanging out in the Girls on Games Discord. Come and say hi.
I'm Leah Jew on most social media platforms, but of course, if you want to know anything about Girls on Games, you can check us out at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games, no the in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games. And yeah, I don't know what I'm playing right now. I guess I gotta go play Solar Punk. See if that works for me. If not, we're going diving. Until next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.